All right, we are live. But yeah, our nobody's in yet, so we can talk about whatever.
Yep.
Uh,
Did you put on the front of it that we're talking about the novice or whatever?
Once I said we're talking with you and we're talking about the novel. I didn't say which novel though. So, but yeah,
You might want to put the novel in the title so that around
uh,
Mothra Road can see it.
I don't know if I can edit it right now or not. What's it called? I wish I'd spelled correct on this thing. How do you spell it? N novice N A. Yes. Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. I just changed it. All right, now it's working. An error occurred. User typically wait a moment for trying again. What?
What happened?
It says I had errors. Give me a second. So we'll change it this time. No, an error. I don't know. It's not gonna probably change it. Oh, but yeah. I guess I can start. So what'd you think?
The novice? It's a good book.
Yeah.
It's a really good book. I like his some of his originalities.
Yeah.
Um, um, I like that you can kind of see when he inspires to change things, um, to make himself better before the tournament, like the tattoos at the end.
Yeah.
Um, I like the monocle thing that he designed for himself and gave to the dwarves to make for him. That was pretty cool. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Uh, um, what else? It does give you a really big cliffhanger
I
at
know,
the end.
right?
Like,
Yeah, I didn't have the second book when I read the first, so I
wait,
had to.
what?
Yeah, it definitely makes you go, "What the heck?" And you have to pick up the second one. It's pretty quick, trying to figure out what the heck is happening. What's that? Nathan,
What?
what's going
Nothing.
on?
I didn't even see that there's like 3 pages in the back that you're supposed to read.
Oh.
Oh, I guess that's the Inquisition. It's just a sneak
Yeah,
peek
yeah,
for the next book.
yeah, it's just a little portion from that, a hint. But yeah, yeah, definitely. I liked his writing. I like how he set up his world.
Yep. Pretty
So
interesting.
yeah,
I like the word light thing. That's pretty cool. The only things that were a little like I was trying to understand in my head was like the symbols, like trying to etch the symbol, and like I get that he was using the light as the etch the symbol, and then he pushes like mana through it to create whatever he was trying to create.
yeah,
It's interesting. That was pretty interesting. Um, the battle scenes sounded pretty cool. I liked his thought process and when he was trying to get his salamander to the top of the um, what was it, the big pillar in the middle of the area or whatever.
oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. In the cave above the doors. Yeah.
oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the pillar in the
Oh, you're talking
pyramid
about the
itself.
battle. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking
But yeah, in the caves with the dwarves, that was pretty good too. Um, like you find out slowly find out stuff about his salamander that kind of sound interesting. However, there's some things that like foresight, like in my mind, that he could do with that is like if when you infused with your demon, like
about. Mm,
allowed some of its powers to embed itself into you. So, like if you
yeah,
were hurt or injured, for example, and the salamander can heal itself. If you
yeah.
also had that regenerative power when you infused it with it, that would be pretty interesting if he added that in the book sometime. Which if he does, don't tell me.
Mm.
Like that's a foresight thought that I had. Like, and when his dream came in with the guy with the symbols on his hand, I was like, why doesn't he just tattoo it on his hand? Like that would make more sense if instead of trying to hold the light and then push the mana through it, like he couldn't.
Right, yeah, yeah. The
So in
orc
my mind, I
dream.
was like, you could just do that. Why not do that? And then later on, he does that. I was like, that's pretty cool. Eye patch thing was original. I didn't think of that before it happened.
Oh yeah, where you put the lens into the eye patch, so I can see both. Yeah, that was actually pretty clever.
That was pretty clever. I didn't even think about that myself. So for him to think of that, that was pretty like pretty good because that's pretty original. The other thing, the only couple things I don't care for about the book, which I understand why he put them in there, but I don't really care about it, is like not so much the um what's that called, fulfillment. The fulfillment's cool. I like the meter. I like that you only have a certain amount of demonic thing that you can stretch it after you've learned how to use it a little bit. But it still can only go so high based on who you are,
Yeah,
based on your ability and and also the hard work you put into it. That's pretty cool. But
yeah, yeah. It was pretty
I
interesting.
but in the other aspect of it, and I get like the whole like to cast enough demons to have control over enough demons, you have to have. But it'd be cool if there was more. How do I say this? Like, so for example, if you had a demon casted, but you also had one infused, right?
Mm,
Like if you were, for example, he's a level 9, right? Summoner
right.
at the beginning. I don't know what level he becomes, but don't tell me. But he's
Let
level
me
9
see.
at the beginning.
Yeah,
He's got a salamander that's level 5, I believe, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So in my mind, like I'm thinking later on, it'd be really cool if he could infuse a level 5 salamander, a level 4 something like a might, not the might. What's the level 4 demon?
There all kinds of demons at different levels.
Yeah, but the main ones in this story.
Yeah,
The
there's.
level 4 one in this story was the Shriek,
Mm,
Amber Shriek. So it'd be cool if he could like infuse himself with Amber Shriek, like a Shriek and his salamander,
Yeah.
while also still having a level 9 demon out. Like then he can utilize the
Oh, I know what you're talking. Yeah.
like he can utilize the mana of 2 plus his plus the one he's controlling. Because if you're infused with it, you're not actually controlling them. They're inside of you. Their consciousnesses are inside of you. But you're not really controlling them because they're a part of you, right? Versus if they're out, you have to control like you don't fully control their movements, but you can see their movements and you can kind of tell it what to do, but you're controlling that. You're not really controlling them when they're inside you. So it'd be cool if like you could have extra. You wouldn't be able to have like more demonic abilities. You would just have more mana at your disposal. So that'd be an interesting element that he could think about to put into his book. And I don't know if it does. Like I said, I've only read the first book, so he could have added that later. And then fun fighting 3 by yourself. It's fun, isn't it? Michael, isn't it fun fighting 3 people by yourself? Nobody to help you? Nobody around? You were. And then their third person came in. Yeah, there was 3 people there. I saw them.
Sorry about that, guys. We're having technical difficulties. One second. Sorry about that.
Hey,
I don't know. My internet is
like
crashed.
crashed my studio. It's like I was by myself for a little while, and then all of a sudden the studio crashed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Like
I
the
couldn't
whole.
get into the studio. It was like, I don't know. That was weird. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking that would be a cool aspect if they add that later on. Which if they do, don't tell me. But that'd be something neat for Ron Mothru to look into in the future if he ever creates a 4th book for the novel.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What?
Like having a level up to a level 9 beast infused in you, and then being able to control a level 9 beast also.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just like the way he did it was really interesting. Like you had like a certain, and it grows as you get stronger, pretty much.
Right, but it can only go to a certain amount, which
Yeah. Yeah.
which
So
makes sense because Otherwise, it would just be kind of
Everybody would have a ton.
yeah. At some point, everybody would have a crap ton, and then you would rule. But I mean, if you added the mana of a level 9 beast, and then you had a level 9 plus the demon out as well, that
Yeah.
would really help. I mean, that would make your mana stronger. It wouldn't make you necessary. You couldn't own like a bigger beast just because you had a level 9 beast inside you, but you would have more mana at your disposal, making it making you last a little longer in the fight.
Yeah.
So that would be cool if you did that. Outside of that, like I don't know, everything was pretty well written. The book itself seemed really easy to read. I felt like I was reading a lot faster than I normally do. As I pushed through the book, and I mean, I only read it. I was only able to read a little bit every day, but within not
Yeah.
even a week, I had the book finished. So what did you do? Send it to me Monday, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
got it Monday night.
Monday.
Monday night after work is when I really picked it up and started reading it a little bit.
Well, I said
So-
Friday, and you got it by Monday. So
Right, but Monday night is when I actually started it.
yeah.
So yeah, being able to read 300 pages in 4 days is not bad. 400, almost 400 pages, I guess.
Yeah. It was pretty good. It just it really brings you into his world, and I really
Right.
like that how it locked you in, and when it ends, you're just like, dang it.
Right.
Now I have to read the second book because you can't. And I'm listening to his audiobook for his next series right now, and I need to continue those. Those are pretty good so far.
Which one are you looking at? The Contender series?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Contender
he only
series.
has one book there.
Well, he's got
He's got 2 more summoning books out.
yeah.
I
There's
don't know
3
if they're the
summoning,
same type of world.
and there's 3 Contender books, and he is almost done with I think the 3rd one of his Contender books.
I looked on there the other day. He only has 1 Contender book available.
I know there's a second one. I just saw it on audiobook. I'll have to look again. I'm pretty sure he's got because he said he was working on his last one, which is Champion. The first one was Contender, I believe.
But
I'll have to look
Contender
it up.
series just shows the Chosen.
Yeah, Chosen's the first one, and then there's
The Summoner's Handbook.
no, that's part of the Summoner book series.
And then the
Yeah.
Outcast. Is the Outcast
Outcast is like a preview book to
Really?
the Summoner series.
prequel to the Summoner trilogy?
Yeah. I haven't read those 2 yet. I gotta get those. And the Summoner Handbook is pretty much
Well, all he has is 6 books right now.
huh? No, there's 3 into the Contenders. I'll show you what they are. In a
Just
second.
on his website, it only shows. It shows
It might not be on his website though. That might be the thing.
5 books for the Summoner series and 1 book for the Contender.
I gotta find it because it's showing a bunch of different stuff.
The ability to summon being passed down through bloodline was pretty interesting. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
I kind of feel like the whole noble thing is a little bit like too structured in a way. Like I feel like if a king was to like say, yeah, you're a noble family now, they would have rules within them that they would have to follow, and it seems
Mhm.
like they just have too much power. Whereas a king usually likes to have a lot of power, in a normal kingdom setting,
Yeah.
and so that's the only thing I found weird about it. But otherwise, the book itself is the whole world. It's a really good book, and Fletcher is like I really like the character Fletcher. I think he's a really good he's a good guy. he tells you kind of about his feelings when a demon is hurt. He kind of feels bad before him. Even when he hurts the demon, he doesn't really want to. He just does it out of necessity.
Yeah. The Challenger is the second book to it. And then there's a third one that's coming out soon, I believe. It's called The Champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's his Contender series right now. And yeah.
Yeah, what else?
Oh. Yeah, no, yeah, it's really good, and it's helping
And I
out.
really want to know more about like his background, because we know that he's not truly a member of the Favor, whatever their fucking last name is.
Oh, right, yeah.
Favor Shames
You'll
or
learn.
whatever
You'll
his
learn
name
a
is.
little bit more in the second book. Just wait.
I know.
It'll shock you. Actually, pretty crazy. Because the second and third book, you learn a lot more about his past and who his family were, and
I have an idea of who he was, but I don't really know for sure if my thoughts are correct. I think he's some descendant of the first king.
I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say anything.
So,
But,
in my mind, that's what I'm thinking so far. I think he's a descendant of the. He's like a bastard descendant of the.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say
of the first
that,
king.
but you'll see what it is.
Or maybe even like maybe he's not a bastard. Maybe they didn't know he had a son, or he died before he was first born.
Yeah.
Was shown and they didn't know about it or something. But I think he's part of either first king or very close to it. Something like that. That's my feeling about like his past.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they left him there not out of like because they wanted to leave him in Pelt. I think it was out of necessity where they were being hunted or something bad was happening to them.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on his like why he was left there. I don't think somebody just on purposely left him in the middle of the winter cold. On purpose. I think he was put there to as a hopefully that he will be protected.
Yeah.
But that he was being hunted. Or that his family was being hunted for some reason or something.
Yeah, you'll have to find out in the second book, dude.
By like orcs or something else. You never know. But anyway, that's my feeling.
Yeah. I'll tell you, his salamander is an important demon. You'll learn that pretty soon.
Yeah, his salamander is obviously an important demon because the important. I think, and here's where this is my story as far as when. All right, so when he first reads the book in the very beginning, he talks about a salamander, but not really. He talks about an imp. That is a very important imp that teaches you the ways of getting into the ether for the orcs. So I think the imp is going to become his imp or salamander is going to be the thing that teaches him how to enter and control the demons on the other side of the. And I think that's going to be a very important section that I'm going to learn later on.
Yeah.
In my mind.
You'll see what happens. I kind of figured it out in the first book. I kind of had a feeling what was going to happen, and then I figured it out definitely by the end of the second. I was like, "Yep, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen." And then the third book, it confirmed it. So I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
You'll see.
I think it'll level up or something as he gets stronger. I think it'll grow more powerful. And whatever, but it's obviously a very important thing because it was going to be given to the albino orc that would control all of the different orcs. And I think it has some sort of power to help orcs or go against orcs, depending on what side it's on. Am I close to my thinking or no?
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, so that's my feeling on him.
I definitely like his writing style.
I think he gives like enough clues to kind of make you think what might happen. But the other thing is like he could be a little bit more mysterious about it.
Yeah, I like how he also, dealt with the dwarves and how like their culture in his books are
Oh,
pretty
Fletcher?
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Fletcher was a really cool um,
character.
character in the way of that because I think he's a lot like maybe the first men were when they first settled. They like were welcoming to the different races because they were the newcomers.
Yeah,
They fought alongside the dwarves and the elves, where after a while they used their abilities to control the area and take them over, which I think is kind of crummy. Um,
yeah. This definitely
I,
has
I
like,
I just think that the kingdom should have been set up in a better way, where like for example, the Pinkertons have way too much autonomous and have way too much power.
mm,
Um, I guess not unlike some of our policemen today, but
oh yeah,
I feel like there's no like how do I put this?
accountability.
Accountability on any of them at all. And I feel like the Zachariah, whatever his last name is, Forsyth, like
Uh,
that family, I think is like way too
like the
um
nobles' power and corruption.
well,
Yeah,
more like Forsyth, because not all of the nobles seem that corrupt, but Forsyth, the Rook, like the Rookham Inquisitors,
yeah,
um, they're very corrupted. Um, and they take like no responsibility for any of their actions ever. Just
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like in a way, yes, I think that it really helps seal the deal on the book. But it would be cool if like they had it, but then there's some kind of back door to it that was I don't know. But it's a good book. It's a really good book. I definitely recommend it 100%.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. This whole series is really good. He's a good author.
I cannot wait to read the Inquisition. Like it was really hard for me not to pick up the Inquisition and start reading it right after I was finished with the novice. But
Oh,
then I was like, I have to do a review on this, and I don't want to do a review on this with any knowledge of the second book yet, because
yeah,
I want to do a review specifically on this book itself without knowing the full truth of the other book yet. Because when I do the review on the other two, like I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll put the Inquisition by itself with the mindset of, hey, yeah, I've read the first book, here's the second book, this is what I thought of them combined, um, with a little bit of stuff in the Inquisition. But yeah, I mean the cliffhanger is very strong. I have my own opinions about what's gonna happen with that cliffhanger.
mhm,
Like I feel like he's already proved himself as too much of a need as a summoner for them to like just completely give him away, like for him to be locked away somewhere without being able to use his powers. Like I
right.
feel like they're with a war on the front lines, and then of course the war that hopefully ends with the elves allying um with the humans, which and I think that the other part of that is that he's already put himself in a very good light with the elven princess, I guess is what I should say. That it would be a very devastating blow to their alliance and to his powers and to the battlefront that they're about to face for him to be shunned away from his and not being able to use his powers. So I think that over the weight of what he has accomplished will overthrow Didrik and the Pelt because he's way more, I guess, needed than Pelt is as a whole. So um, I feel like the king is not gonna sit idly by letting the Inquisitors, and the Pinkertons do whatever they want with him. Oh, you guys are lucky, but you guys are just doing the inevitable. And you guys are lucky. Sorry, I was talking to my brother over here. He's playing Smite, and they're losing badly. Why? Because I'm not on their team. Why? Because every time I was on their team, they just let me die for no reason. That's what happened. Oh no, it had nothing to do with my positioning. I was in the middle of the fight with you guys. What happened was Tyr, and by the time I tried, I was being grabbed by Kepri. And guess what? I was left alone. If you were with me, at least we could have damaged Kepri. He would have said take a second think about grabbing one of us, and we could have both got away. But nope, nope, that's not what happened.
I'm back.
All right, sorry, I argued with Daniel,
Stupid
Michael for a
internet.
little bit there.
Oh yeah. What was he talking about?
We're talking about the game that I played on Smite earlier. We were doing really well. I was doing really. I mean, I did pretty good. I kept dying a lot, but that was in my mind because they were just leaving me be. I
Yeah.
was a squishy character. So anyway, that's my thoughts on what's about to happen to him. I think nothing's gonna actually happen. I think he's gonna be put over at a pelt, and then the king's gonna ultimately not sit idly by because too many people will push back against the couple nobles that have a lot of power.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. So
But anyway,
you have to read the book.
because I feel like he's already proved himself worthy of more than like in my mind he's worth more to the king than Pelt is in general. Just because, and definitely Diderik and his father, because Diderik and his father are worth nothing.
Yeah.
To the king anyway. Not to Pelt, they're worth a lot of money, but they're freaking jerks about it. Um, I think eventually he will like be put in command of something. He will probably get into more trouble in book 2 than he needs to. I think he's gonna get into a lot of trouble by doing something he shouldn't do, and ultimately it's going to make the king have to utilize him in the way they need. Um,
Let's just say that this author definitely puts him through the ringer all through the series. So you're gonna be like, Jesus.
yeah, he's gonna be put through the ringer, but I think ultimately they have to like. There's no way around it because of what demon he has. A, B, his abilities.
Yeah.
C, they're fighting a war, and so in times of war, you have to utilize all resources you have available. You can't be picky.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I think that the Inquisitors and the Pinkertons and the Rook and
Yeah.
the Forsyths are going to be a huge problem to him throughout the entire series. I think they're going to put him. They're going to put situations. They're going to force situations on him where he has to do something against the king's wishes.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
in my
you'll see.
mind,
You're gonna see. Trust me, you'll see. It goes crazy. You'll be like, Jesus Christ. And then it'll end on the third book where you're like, that's good. But yeah, no, it's
I think he'll become the king later. No, he's probably not the king, but
no, he didn't go that far. But
no,
you'll
but he'll
see.
become
You'll
like
see it.
one of the main people that the king trusts.
Mm,
I think.
I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not gonna say anything. No, it's really good. I did a review on each of these books and then the series as a whole. So I need to.
But yeah, the book, The Novice, I definitely recommend to anybody. Yes, I kind of told a lot about the story in this, so
Well, that's
obviously
fun.
there's a lot of things that you're like, what the heck? You're gonna very soon see a lot of things I talked about. So if you want to really read the book and you don't want to know anything about it, please do not watch this video. I probably should have said that in the beginning, not at the end.
It's all right.
So, a really good book, and I really wanted to talk about it because I thought it was amazing. It made me a better, I think, writer too, because throughout the book I could see and feel and hear why, and I could like sit there and put myself in his position of why he wrote it the way he did in certain
Mm,
aspects. And to that effect, I mean, I think it's going to help me help. It's going to help me help you in the next book that we write,
yeah.
in our book
Yeah.
that we're writing. But yeah, no, it's really. I mean, it's really interesting. It's a really good book. The symbolism is awesome. Um, I can't wait to see a lot more demons come into play because he only has a handful in this book that he talks about. No, no, okay, so that's the
Oh
other
yeah.
thing I wanted to hit on. When he's in the
Mm.
academy, there's a lot of jumped time. Like
Well, he kind of goes like, yeah, they
there's
do.
a
Do
it feels rushed a little bit. As the only thing I would say that about the book that I'm like, I really wish I would have loved to dive more into the learning aspect of the teaching and the um and
mm,
some of the classes. Like I would love to dive into some more of the demonology classes that he's taking and what he learned. Not just like him saying, "Oh, I did this in the library. I did this in the library," but it'd be nice
yeah,
to to like say, "I read this book and this book talked about blah blah blah," or something. Just small. It doesn't have to be like insanely detailed about it, but it would be cool.
I think
Um,
he what he did was he put all that into the Summoner's Handbook
oh, is that
because
part of the?
that book is supposed to be like entirely on like the different demons, the different all the
Okay,
magic and how the school works and all that stuff. So I'm guessing that is that what that book is. It's like all of that.
yeah.
So
So that would be cool to read. I think. Once I
yeah,
get
I've
to
seen
that
it.
book.
I haven't got it yet, but
I'm gonna read the Inquisition and then the other one, and then I'll read the other two later. Because I'm gonna read the entire series at this point,
yeah.
because I'm sold on it. Um, so Tehran Matharu, if you do check out this video, thank you so much, man. This was a great read. I appreciate you. I appreciate your writing. I appreciate your story. It was very entertaining. A very
Mm.
good read. I have not read a book that I could read this fast and this much since Harry Potter. The only other book that I've ever read in a very fast time frame where I actually got into the story and didn't want to put the book down, I guess I should say. There's only a very few select books. And myself, big background on me, I didn't grow up sitting there reading books very much. Not that I didn't like them, it's just that I felt sitting there reading was not a waste of time, it was just more of it was time consuming rather than me being able to. And it was like just my mind was on something, but I would rather play a video game or something that I felt like was active. But this
Mm.
was really good.
I like reading.
But I'm getting
Huh?
into it now.
Yeah, yeah. His series is pretty good. So
This is very good. So
yeah, we could
again,
talk about our
Ron Matthew,
novels if you want
thank
to.
you, sir. I appreciate you. Um, I'd love for you to comment on what I've said in this video about your book.
Well, what I could do,
You,
Nathan, what we could do is have you do a review video, like record one, and then put it on this channel. And then what we
yeah,
could do is have it your prescriptive, your review of the book. Because I have all three, and then the series. And then what we could do is have you do 3 videos on the channel, your review of those 3 books. and then we can talk about it later when you finish the whole series.
Yeah.
That way we got. Then he'll probably really enjoy talking. But yeah. Well, while we're here, we can at least discuss
Yeah. Our book where we're at.
the 3 chapters that we're
So,
doing.
again, talking about the novice helped me a lot with understanding how
To edit.
and not really edit, but to how to write in a way that makes the reader understand what's going on rather than just tell the reader what's happening.
Mm.
I feel like I did a very good job this time and I'm very kind of happy with my work on the first chapter and a half or whatever it was.
That
Where
we
does the chapter
re-edited.
actually end? I forgot.
I'll have a look
The
real
first
quick.
chapter, does it end with him getting onto the platform with his grandfather?
No, the first chapter ends. 1 second, let me look.
I feel like that'd be a good ending for the first chapter, like the him.
No, the first chapter ends with when he goes to bed. Let's see.
Oh,
That first night when he's there.
okay. Oh, that's game, Michael. But yeah, okay. So I haven't even gotten through the whole first chapter yet. Probably a good chunk of it though. At least for sure, the first few pages of it. Um, and I feel like I did pretty good on it. I
Yeah.
sent it, I sent it to a writer that I know. And I would love to send it to Turan Matharu to have him read it, just to give me
What I'll
pointers
do
on it.
is when we re-edited the first 3 chapters, what I'll do is I'll delete the 3 chapters I have right now on Geeks and Gamers, and then I will drop the new or the new 3 chapters that are edited, the re-upload
Right.
onto there. That way, yeah, it ends like right after he goes to bed for the first when he reaches that. Yeah.
So yeah, I need to I need to get editing on those.
Yeah.
I feel very good or very pleased with myself on the edit that I created for the
Yeah.
beginning of it, the very beginning of the book now. I like different aspects about it that I did.
We could do it. I can do it right now, or you can pull it up if you want to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read it though.
Fine. You can share
Uh,
screen and just show it.
okay. Alone here. I will do that momentarily.
Yeah, then later, before we get off, we can watch the first trailer to Halo Infinite or something like that. New Halo game is going out.
I use Grammarly to edit, but the problem with Grammarly is I love Grammarly to death. Don't get me wrong. There are some definite bugs in it right now. See this version first. Um,
Yeah,
okay.
I gotta better organize this whole thing because I got them all in different
I actually have
folders.
them. I'm getting there. I'm getting there with it. Um, it's not done yet, but I'm getting there. I feel much better about the way I've organized it now than what I was doing before. Okay. Oh, that's just what where did I put that? Part one.
I'm not sure.
Uh,
I know you emailed it to me.
yeah. Yeah, I have it here. So I'm not going to pull it up in Grammarly because Grammarly has all the rest of it that I have not yet
That's fine.
done. So we can take a look at it in WordPad because I don't actually have access to Office. Wish I did. Uh, okay, here we go. All right. So yeah. Um. So this is basically the beginning of the book. It's better. This is a note. The very beginning starts with a note.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry for me. How's it looking in yours?
Right on mine.
Okay.
But I have a big screen, so I don't. I have a ginormous screen. So crazy. I don't even know how many inches the screen is. It's big. It's an Alienware screen.
Let me check real quick. Make sure it looks all right. Okay, it looks fine. I can see it. When I pull up my actual
What?
YouTube, I can see it.
You look like you want something from me.
Was
So
that?
yeah. So yep, I went through, re-edited the book completely. At least the first part, anyway. Um,
No.
the other thing about WordPad I don't like is that it doesn't show you where the pages break. It just one big line of text.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I would like to get Office at some point.
Yeah.
And so this is what I'm gonna show you what happens. Yeah.
Mm.
I take this, right? This is what I've been doing. Okay. Let's open Grammarly for a second. Go new document. Right. All right. So then I go V. Whatever. Don't care. Anyway. So yeah. So this is what I've been dealing with. So you see how this right here,
Yeah.
this, there's no spaces. There's no nothing. It does this throughout this book randomly because of that. And then on
Huh.
top of that, it like randomly says this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. And then if I go back in the other document, right, it shows the same text, but everything's fine,
Huh.
right? So I don't understand it. Like I don't know why it does it. It drives me. It like literally throws me off to no end. It's literally the same thing,
Yeah.
literally. Oh, wait. It's the exact same thing, but it says cannot, could not, wondered. It's like, uh, I don't know. Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Well, then you take it from this program, and this is like if anybody's into editing stuff, this is something you might come across that might drive you absolutely bonkers. Uh, where the heck? Oh, all right, let me show you what happened. So this is Google Docs. And then I'm like, hey, Google Docs will be cool. Well, hey, it does the same stupid thing. It doesn't take in, a lot of times it won't take in a lot of the spacing I use. It'll put too much spacing. It'll add things that I'm like, why is that even added in there? It will change words that are should not be changed. Like throne to throne, I've already changed that a million times over.
Yeah.
Um, like if you look here, where it shows. See? Right here.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's right there. Throne. Clearly throne, right? Was changed to THROWN for no reason. Literally no reason.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's weird.
I hate it. It kills me. It kills me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. Every time I edit something, I have to re-edit it and move it to a different program, and then re-edit it again, and put it into this, and then re-edit it again. I'm like, son of a gun! Like, stop! Just let me do it once, for goodness gracious. The other thing about it that drives me nuts, right,
Mm.
is that I can only edit so much. So let's go here. Everything that I have to file. I cannot put any more into this document. It will not let me.
Huh.
Literally, like, let's like, here, I'll say, right? Oops, document size succeeded.
Yeah.
Right?
That's kind of annoying.
I'm like, what the heck? So like, I can't even do the whole story in one document. I have to like split it up, and then it throws me off.
It'd be all right if it's like each chapter, but I doubt it's long enough to be even a chapter.
Grammarly is for MS Office. If I had the Office program, Grammarly can be built into Microsoft Office. So then I can just do it all in one document. I can't, because it doesn't. I don't have Office. So it's killing me. But whatever. Office is too dang good.
That's true. I looked at it too. I was like, oh my gosh. So I got that Google.
I'm using
Whatever.
all the free stuff that I can possibly do. Besides Grammarly, I do pay for Grammarly Pro. I do recommend Grammarly Pro because it did teach me a lot of things that I had no idea about when I was editing. Like, for example, there will be a phrase in there. Let's go back, like this one, for example, right here. It'll tell you what is wrong about the phrase. It'll tell you a good example of how to fix it, and then you can go and do it yourself. Or you can say replace with this version if you like it.
Yeah. Now right now I'm using Library Office Writer. That's what the program I upload.
So I mean, I do really like this program because this right here is super helpful. It is in beta, which means they are changing things here and there. Randomly, you'll go back into a document and it'll say you have a few more errors because we have a new update where we changed some things on how it might be wanted written. So yeah, but it's a good program. I recommend it for anybody that doesn't know a lot about writing.
Yeah.
Tells you things, it like tells you if it's very engaging, delivery, clarity. It's a good. It's got some quirks about it that I really don't like, but overall, it's a good program.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about?
Not much. You could pull up what you've been working on a little bit right now, and we could talk about it. I know, like that beginning thing right here. That's going to be in a different. I'm going to try to do each one for different chapters, or they have like little sayings.
You want God to tell something in every chapter?
Well, I don't know in every chapter. Every once so often, you'll have like a
Uh,
little saying. Maybe.
I don't
Or I'll
know.
just look
I don't know
for a
about
chapter on.
God, words of God. Maybe a letter from Hiking Sirius to people.
Yeah, probably stuff like that.
Um,
We'll think about
I
it.
will. That's what I was telling you that I had some ideas on with, like for example, when Tyron Matharu was reading the book,
Mm,
or I'm sorry, when Fletcher was reading like the book from the novel, where he like showed the page in a different way, um, in the handwriting of James Baker. Remember?
yeah.
That was interesting. I think that would be cool. I also liked when he got the letter from his um, father, so to speak, Ferdinand Wolf, in his clothing when he left Help.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool. I think if we added something like that in the book, that'd be nice. Somehow, maybe like a letter from his father encouraging him in his first battle or something. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
think about it. We'll put that in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll think about it.
but as far as like, I mean, I guess I can show you what I do when I'm editing the book. Let's see. So, get to where I'm at. All right, so I this is where I am right here. This is where I finished. Um, like this
Uh,
one, I'm gonna say it was dawn because I'm changing it to past tense. It was dawn. The wind is blowing healthy and fresh. Mm, Oh, I want to rewrite this. So let's say wind blowing healthy and fresh as it bristled against. Tells me what punctuation I missed. And then there you go. That's what I do. So it was early dawn and the wind, and then I read it out loud to make sure it makes sense to me. If it doesn't, then I try to fix it. So it was early dawn, and the wind was blowing healthy and fresh as it whistled and danced around.
hmm
I think I feel like, let's see, Arthas's grandfather mounted the giant golden bird known as the Golden Griffin and took off toward Ariel Valley. Dawn. Um, Actually, I don't like this. I think it
Hmm.
needs to go up.
Yeah, maybe.
So like maybe when he first walks out,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna say
maybe.
when he
Yeah, we
first,
should add it. Yeah, we should
I'm
add it
gonna add it
before
when he first walks out onto the platform.
platform.
Arthas could already feel the soaring gust of wind blowing as he walked out on the platform and saw his grandfather loading the golden griffin with his luggage. Noticing that it was early on.
Well, I would say large metal door on it. Arthas walked
I
out.
know, I know. Let's see. They open a large metal door with the symbol of the griffin on it. Noticing, noticing, dawn, already feel. I will say, what do I see in the dawn? What is dawn? Dawn time is like early morning, right? So I want to put some descriptive words about the dawn. So
Like the early dawn sun was rising, or
the first appearance of light in the sky before sunrise is what dawn specifically says in the dictionary,
yeah,
right? So this is what I do. So then I'll sit there and read like mm, the beginning of a phenomenal period of time, especially one considered favorable, the dawn of civilization, right? So I'll sit there and read like what people say about it, how to like bring that about. So instead of saying notice. Oh, by the way, I don't want to put notice. Notice that first light of the day, first light shown in the sky. Or how do I want to put this? Notice. Oh, here I know what I'm gonna do. Arthas has to close his eyes. No, he walked through a sunlit air. He was walking up stairs that were lit.
yeah.
Um, you know what? I'm just gonna take that whole out. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some descriptive words. Instead of saying it's gone, I'm gonna add some descriptive words where I'm at. So like, for example, um, as they flew.
We also need to describe the golden griffin a little more.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that he's already been on a golden griffin.
I know, but the reader doesn't know what it looks
Right,
like.
but you can't, because you don't want him to just sit there and describe. That's where it's going to be hard. Like, you want that to be in conversation with somebody at this point. Like,
Mm,
um, because like when a character sees something for the first time, that's when he kind of describes a creature.
um,
But if the creature's been seen by him, he's not gonna think to describe it. And this is the background of the way I think about these things.
right.
I
True.
feel like I feel like the character needs to have a conversation with somebody that doesn't know or hasn't really rode one before. And so that's where we're gonna want to put that. And either we could try and put that before, but he would have to meet somebody within the castle that are. I mean, everybody around the very early area, the beginning area, is gonna have seen them flying around. But maybe out in the farmlands, they don't see them very often. Um, Maybe he can have a conversation with one of the farmers later on. Maybe we can
Right.
add that.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. That's no problem.
I did say Arthur's his grandfather mounted the giant gold bird known as the golden griffin. Old
Right.
Brown
Yeah.
Bird. Um, and that's just because you want to know what you're mounting. Um,
Yeah. We also, when it says took off toward Ariel Valley, we're not going to put, just say took off to east, start flying east or something, and then have him tell where it's going because he's never been there before, so he doesn't know exactly what's happening. So until he explains it.
there we go.
Or west, technically it's west. He's headed west. One of these days we can actually finish the map design for this book. I gotta figure out how to do that. I wonder if I can talk to my artist and see if he has a map designer. He can help us out with that. I wonder. I know you have a map designer, but I don't know if it's going to help us build our map yet or not.
Arthas felt the wind blowing healthy and fresh as it whistled and danced around them while flying on the back of the golden ribbon. Anything of that?
While flying, maybe as they flew, would that be better?
No, because
Around them as they flew. While flying, I guess. I don't know. Same
felt the
thing, technically.
wind blowing.
I don't know if I put healthy, though.
While they flew. Yeah, I'm gonna put while they flew.
Wind blew healthy. I don't know what healthy wind. A
Uh,
blowing.
Arthas felt the wind blowing fresh, blowing.
It felt fresh. A nice, cool morning or something like that. Hmm.
It had a nice, cool freshness
Uh,
about it. Oh, nice, crisp freshness about it. Let's see, what does it say? I know it's gonna ask me to put something in here. Arthas felt the wind blowing. There we go. Yeah. Lovely, crisp. There we go. I like that better. Arthas felt the wind blowing. It had a lovely, crisp freshness about it as it whistled and danced around them while they flew on the back of. That's better.
hmm.
Yeah, I guess we can take that out. That makes more sense.
What?
You'll need to experience many things to understand our planet. I am taking you to the head of Clan Ariel, one of the 6 clans of Milan. In charge. They are in charge of all agriculture and trade on our planet.
Monstrous passage. 3 summons in a row.
Because I put on our planet too many times. Like, why?
Okay. See, while we're doing this, I'll explain. I released the first 3 chapters of my book on geeksandgamers.com, and we had some people read it, and some people told us that we might want to look into the past and present tense. And so now we're trying to fix um, our editing, yeah, and try to put it back into the past tense, so it's easier for readers to read and it flows better. So if anybody's wondering what we're doing, this is just the first 3 chapters that we released. We're going over right now. This is the very beginning of the first chapter. So
Yeah. So right now, his grandfather said to him, "As Prince of Milan, you will." Sorry. As Prince of Milan, you will need to experience many things to understand our planet. I am taking you to the head of Clan Ariel, one of the 6 clans of Milan. They are in charge of all agriculture and trade. Named after the archangel who put yeah, it's just the archangel Ariel who taught them everything they need to know. He taught them how to best use our resources without causing damage to our world. He taught them how to fish, farm, utilize land and trees without killing. I guess I can take out this part because I'm kind of that's
you're gonna explain it. Yeah.
that's kind
He
of
taught them
re-explained.
how to fish, farm, and kill trees.
Yeah.
Wait a
So
minute.
named after
Utilize the
everything,
land.
taught them how to fish, farm, utilize land and trees without killing the trees and
Well, let's take out killing the trees, because technically you're killing the ecosystem. We're not killing the ecosystem, because you won't need to say and how he taught them how to fish, farm, utilize the land without killing the ecosystem. You don't actually have to put the trees in there, because trees are part of the ecosystem.
farm and utilize land and trees without killing the planet. There we go. He taught them how to fish, farm, and utilize land and trees without killing the planet's ecosystem. Much better.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Allowing the clans to live on Milan. This allows the clans to live on Milan and have a perfect harmonic balance with all life.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. So, as Prince of Milan, you will need to experience many things to understand our planet. I am taking you to the head of Clan Ariel, one of the 6 clans of Milan. They are in charge of all agriculture and trade, named after the Archangel Ariel, who taught them everything they need to know. He taught them how to fish, farm, and utilize land and trees without killing the planet's ecosystem. This allows the clans to live on Milan and have a perfect harmonic balance with all life.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
That's good. I like that. It flows easier too. But yeah, so that's a good sneak peek of how we edit the book, how I think about editing the book, what I do. Um, I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit. I don't want to go into too much more detail because otherwise we'll be sharing the book. And I want you guys to enjoy reading the book when you first get the book and not
Right.
be kind of knowing the entirety of the story as it is.
Mm,
Uh, so anyway, I hope you liked this. I hope you liked our little Cadbet tutorial on what I do. Um, I hope you enjoy the book when it comes out. I hope you
right.
subscribe and like this channel. Um, and yeah, I guess we're gonna move on to the next subject then, right?
Yeah. If you want to, you can look it up. It's the new Halo game, the Halo Infinite. Let you share it when you get it.
Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, let's reshare my screen.
They just released this, and if anybody knows, I used to love Halo. We used to we used to go to friends' houses, and we'd have like Halo parties and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, we did.
So they're finally bringing Halo back, and they're going back to what what it first set out to be. So it's very interesting to see what they're doing.
Where's the actual trailer? Halo itself.
Just look up like Xbox reveal Halo Infinite trailer.
I think was it only like a minute 5 seconds?
I think it was about that long.
This one says official gameplay reveal trailer. 1 minute and 5 seconds.
I think that'll be it. Let's find out. Let's see. What channel is this?
Official gameplay reveal.
Oh, it's Xbox. Yeah, I guess this is it. Yeah. Full screen
it. Spartan, we thought you dead. Yet here you stand. Humans call you their savior. The Covenant, demons, the banished. Pray. Bear your fangs, Spartan. Fight hard. Die well.
I love the suicide dudes.
I hope it's good. I really hope it doesn't turn out like
The
Halo
last one.
1, 2, and 3 were good. Everything else since then have been good.
Well, some of the other off ones
Even
are too
3
bad.
was a little out there for me. So I did
It's-
like 3.
They had Halo 1 and 2 at 3, and then they went up to 5, I believe.
Yeah,
And
I didn't like
then
any of
they
the.
had
I didn't like any of the extra games they came out with, like the Halo mini series game. All those. I don't know. I liked the first game. I loved the second game, and I liked the third game. I should say I
Yeah.
loved the first and second. I love both the first and second games. And the third game was good. There's some things I didn't care for it.
mm,
And ever since then, like the Halos have just been not really good.
yeah, I like the SGG one where you didn't play as like the Master Chief, you played as the drop guys. That was actually pretty cool, but the rest of them were
I don't
kind
think I've
of
ever played that one.
yeah. That one you're not as an actual Spartan. You're like one of the drop ship guys, and so yeah.
You can take my screen down now if you want.
All right.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool though. I can't wait to see more of it.
I like the grappling hook. I think that'll make it interesting.
Yeah, the grappling hook will be cool. That's always a fun item to use.
Yeah.
I wonder how PvP will be.
They're supposed to bring it back to like the original 1 and 2 Halo style PvP and
Versus
maps and
style
stuff.
where you're just running
Yeah.
around shooting random, hopefully killing something. It's like a bad version of
Halo always had good multiplayer, so
yeah.
I
Well, the
can't
ones recently have been a bad version of what's that game? Call of Duty. It's like an alien bad version of Call of Duty, and I don't even like
yeah.
playing Call of Duty anymore. Ever since Modern Warfare 2 from forever ago, Call of Duty's gone downhill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I can't wait to see more of it. I'm
Yeah.
super stoked about Steampunk though.
Oh, you talking about Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk, yeah. I don't know why.
2017.
Cyberpunk, dude, I can't wait for it.
I know that game looks awesome.
I just hope I have the money to buy it.
Right. I know the feeling.
But
Yeah, we were.
pretty fun. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. You want to talk about anything else?
No, that's about it. I think we'll start
Alright.
wrapping up here.
All right, we'll wrap it up, and yeah, I can do my own version of the novice. So I
Yeah.
hope you guys like my review of the novice so far. I'll go into more in depth on it. I'll write some stuff down. I'll probably, when I release that one, I'll probably have read a little bit of the second book, but I won't put any of the thoughts I had in the second book into my review. I just really wanted to do this review before I did the second book because I wanted to put what my thoughts were going to be to see how it changed. And now that I've already talked my thoughts out, I can go back and look and say, "Yep, I knew it," or "Oh, wow, I was way off." One of the two, and I love doing that about books. But yeah, I can't wait to read the second one. I'll probably start it tonight before I go to bed. Even though I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. But yeah. Again, we probably should put a link to the book, or like Amazon,
Oh yeah, that's true.
under the thing when this is done. Just say, hey, go buy this book. Yep, but I give my recommendations out of a 5-star. If I had to rate the book, which I'll go into more detail of how I want to rate the book and what I've decided to rate the book on, I'm gonna give it a 5. 5 out of 5 star.
Yeah, it definitely deserves.
I'll
put it right here.
Really good. I know I'm a critic. Like I'll talk about things I hope are stuff that he puts in the book later, or my thoughts of what he could do to help to make it more interesting.
Right.
But I'm not going to knock on it for that. Like that's just my own thoughts, not what actually the book can give me. And for what the book has given me, the time I put into the book, I feel really happy I read this book. Like really, like I love this book. Yeah, 5 out of 5 stars for sure. Ron Mothra, for the first book you've ever written, this is a really good book.
Mhm.
And definitely you can tell he put a lot of time and effort into it. You can definitely tell that he went and learned from different people and different things to write the book the way he wanted to write it. I like the picture on the front of the book. I like the cover itself is pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just really I recommend it. I recommend it highly. I think it's a great book. It's got a very hard cliffhanger, so just know when you're done reading the book, you will want to buy the second book before you read the first book. Okay, I'm telling you right now.
Oh yeah. I
Because
remember when I finished the first book and I was just like, I don't have any other books. Crap.
so buy the second book because you're gonna want to read the second book. As soon as
Just
you're done with
buy
the
all 3 if you can.
Yeah, buy all 3. I mean, I would say you can watch Daniel's trailers to the book, or thoughts on the book if you
Yeah,
want.
I did my review of the novice.
Book.
And then,
Yeah, so definitely pick up the first book. When you pick up the first book, make sure you have the second book. My thoughts, his thoughts are have all 3. I have all 3. I can't wait to read the third one. Buy the books. They're on Amazon. They're also at your local bookstore, probably. I don't know.
I found them here, so they're probably
at your local bookstore. I don't know. I haven't been to a bookstore in a while because COVID-19 crap and all this garbage that's going on right now. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's what I have to say on it. So,
Alright.
I hope you enjoyed our review of the book. I will do a more in-depth one for you, mainly because I want you to comment. But anyway,
Yeah. I'll have you leave a review on the channel.
yeah.
All right.
Did we ever talk about King's Avatar? Did we ever give a review together on that? I don't think we did. We need to do that
Yeah.
sometime. We can do that tomorrow, maybe. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
sit down
We
and
can talk
talk
about
about
it.
the King's Avatar show. Tomorrow. I saw your review, but it would be cool to have a discussion about it because King's Avatar is freaking nuts.
It's a freaking crazy show.
It's a great show. So come back tomorrow. Even if there wasn't very many people today, I don't care. Watch our videos. Subscribe to our channel. Make your friends subscribe to our channel. Like beat them over the head with a stick if you have to. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, do that. Anyway, good night, y'all. I'll hopefully we'll put out a video together tomorrow. Some stuff.
Yeah.
I'll
All
look
right.
forward to that and come join us tomorrow. We want some discussions. We want you to hear your thoughts. Get into our live discussions.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah. Well, we're merrier. All right.
all right, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night,
Yeah,
guys.
good night. Night, all. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Be
Yep.
safe.
I always try to be
Yeah.
as much as you can.
And be
All
good to each other. Hail the
Yep.
Phantom Menace. Hail
That's right.
Constantine.
Yep. Everybody support
Yeah.
Phantom Menace.
All right.